What is going on, SHIB Army? It is Ahmed, and I am back today with yet another video for you all. And today, guys, we're going to talk about the cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin up 15% in the last 24 hours, Ethereum up almost 10%, and Shiba Inu up 6.25% on the day. The question is, why? Why is the market going on an absolutely parabolic run? Well, we're going to go ahead and break it down step by step. But before I do so, remember, if you're new around here, consider smashing the like button down below and subscribing. Never financial advice, just putting you guys on the plays that I'm in. The crypto market overall was up 10.69% on the day as we're reaching a $1.1 trillion market cap in terms of crypto market cap globally. Now, there are 17 free stocks waiting for you down below with Moomoo, so make sure you go ahead and grab some free money. Watch Your Guru comes out and tweets literally minutes ago. Signature Bank board member says regularly shut down the bank to send a strong anti-crypto message. This was updated after SVB, or the Silicon Valley Bank, also failed. Two bank failures in the span of literally 3 to 4 days. And right now the question becomes, why? Why is there such a big anti-crypto sentiment? Why has there been this shift? And guess what? Retail doesn't care. The retail investors are jumping in left and right because the faith in the US dollar continues to diminish. That is the reality of what is happening right now. People are moving out of central banks. They are moving out of these big entities, big institutions, pulling their money out and putting it into more self-custody type approaches. And one of those, of course, being crypto. Right now, if you wanted to go buy some gold, for example, or silver, you'd have to figure out a way to keep it stored, grab something that would keep it safe. And it's not like, it's that light. It's very hard to move these things around. But for crypto, all you need is a ledger, cold storage or hot storage, or even your cell phone, and you can start establishing positions in whatever cryptocurrencies you want. That has been a lot more of an attractive approach for most investors, especially in the retail world. And I think right now what we're seeing is the retail demand for crypto is starting to boom, followed by some institutions that are going to come back in. Over $1 billion has been injected into Bitcoin over the last day. Look at the trade volume, $54.913 billion exchanging the hands of traders. Most of those obviously being buys coming in. So retail is not in charge or probably even able to actually even position themselves as a portion of maybe 10-20% of the total volume that we're seeing. So a lot of this could be bigger institutions coming into the space, and that's causing this huge swing in crypto, volatility in the upward direction. So again, the US did take emergency measures to protect all depositors at Silicon Valley Bank, or SVB, and that's what we were hoping for. Don't bail out the banks, but bail out the customers or the consumers, because those are the people that actually should have some sort of self-insurance. Now, I know sentiments are up and down. People are saying the Biden administration actually made the wrong decision. You shouldn't have bailed out anybody, because if you bail out one institution, that will show favoritism if you don't bail out the remaining. Now, the statement is from NPR here is the Biden administration has announced that customers of Silicon Valley Bank will have full access to their deposits, an extraordinary move by the federal officials to backstop billions of dollars in uninsured money amid fears that the bank's collapse could lead to greater panic, right? We mentioned it yesterday when we talked about contagion. And oftentimes what happens is the domino effect. One bank fails, people start to panic, fear starts to spread, the next bank fails, and then the next one, and then the next one, and so on. So right now what Biden's administration decided was, let us do what we can by slowing things down. If you guys were watching any of the financial institution stocks, including the big dogs like JP Morgan, which were really the least affected, but you saw other bank stocks like Charles Schwab, one of the most reputable, their trading was actually halted on the New York Stock Exchange. So when we see these things happening and this panic occur, is people are pulling their money out, but where are they putting it, right? That is the big question. Most people think they have to go out and withdraw their cash from a bank, but that's not true. Some people are just wiring their money or moving it from their institution to a crypto wallet or to gold reserves, who knows exactly what. And I thought one of the things that Watcher Guru posted today was actually quite interesting. And it talked about the top 10 largest US banks. JP Morgan, currently sitting at a 3.3 trillion balance sheet or market cap. Bank of America, 2.4 trillion. Citibank, and what I would personally say, and again, not financial advice, if you're personally banking at an institution with over $250,000 in that bank that is not listed on these top 10 bank list, then I would say maybe consider switching your institution, right? It's for obvious reasons. JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citibank, Wells Fargo, US Bank, all of these institutions have been able to survive through probably the worst of economic times, the 2008 global financial crisis. For JP Morgan, for example, I know this as a fact. You know, they were one of the banks that actually survived through the Great Depression of 1929. So again, make sure you are putting your money in a place that you could really start to at least have some type of security, be able to sleep at night without having to worry the next day that, hey, SVB's situation might be my bank situation. Though SVB's situation was quite specific and very particular, and I don't think we're going to see that in any other institution, but understand that, of course, it does come with a risk. Now, when it comes to crypto, the bull case continues to increase. Now, with that being said, as the statement was made by one of the big banks that I just mentioned, one thing that we need to consider, in addition to everything else that I talked about today, is what happens if regulators shut down crypto? What happens if the United States comes out with a flat ban because of the fear that now all these banks will begin to fail as people move their money into crypto? If you stop individuals, if you stop communities, if you stop people from moving their money into a different asset class like crypto, then you have at least one less thing to worry about in terms of contagion or the fear that is currently spreading from the bank situation. But I don't think this is going to be the stopping point. And I don't think this anti-crypto sentiment that's being pushed, people are sick and tired of it. And we're seeing that in the price action for all the above listed. So again, my point here is I don't think any centralized entity can stop a decentralized asset class. So I think crypto's winning or bull case continues to grow, and I'm excited to see where the future and what the future has to hold for crypto. Now, I know I wanted to talk about SHIB a little bit more, but honestly, not too much except for the death cross. So Shiba Inu bounces unexpectedly, avoiding death cross confirmation. You guys know I made a video earlier this week talking about Shiba Inu approaching its death cross, which could have led to a pretty significant drop in price action. But due to the perfect timed news and sentiment shift, everything completely took a U-turn as we actually held above 10,000 Satoshis. And you could see via this TA chart from TradingView, we actually broke above 11,000 and now we are heading towards the right direction. So hopefully with Shibarium coming and coupled with everything else that is happening with crypto, these two things will change the entire momentum for SHIB, its ecosystem tokens, including Bone and Leash and everything else to come. I do appreciate your guys' support as always. So thank you all so much for tuning in. It's been a wild, wild market, but I'm excited to see what happens. I also saw a tweet 2 years ago in 2021. Remember what happened? Actually, 3 years ago, pardon me. March 2020. Second week of March, the entire crypto and stock market were crashing amidst a fear of lockdown scares and the market just completely tanking due to the pandemic that was rising. What happened a few days after was the biggest parabolic run that we have ever seen. Bad news followed by good news and sentiment. So we'll see what happens. Only time will tell. Do appreciate your support. And until next time, everybody, as always, keep investing. Peace.